So are the Oklahoma Sooners transitioning into the wishbone? Yeah, it's what it looks like. 4 wide receivers are now in the portal. And the biggest name to me that's going to hit jumped into the portal. So we got to talk about it. And I need y'all to calm down. I got you. Let's dive into everything. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. This video is powered by our partners at BetUS. Check them out. They're hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. Let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. So, I know everybody's freaking out. That was a joke. They're not moving to the wishbone. But we did lose a whole bunch of wide receivers, and some really big name players did hit the portal. And I know, I understand everybody's freaking out. Believe me, if you go look through the comment section of my last video on the portal, people are basically saying this team is terrible, the world's coming to an end, and blah, blah, blah. I warned you all before this in another video where I told you all that there was going to be a bloodbath, that this was going to be a massive hemorrhage. And the main reason why is 105 is the number. But let me explain to you what happened with the wide receiver room and why I waited, because the Deshaun McCullough news I have been waiting for all day. That has been the name I've been waiting for before I made a video, because I had some things to talk about that, as well as that one is the one that kind of stings. But I'm going to tell you why we'll be okay. So first and foremost, we've had, 4 portal entries, and shout out to my guy George Stoya over there at Sooner Scoop. Check them out. You know, they drop some great content. He made a very valid point here, and this is no shade, while at the same time it sounds like shade. OU has lost 4 wide receivers to the portal who combined this season for 22 receptions, 460 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now, granted, we haven't put up very many statistics this season, so yeah, that is a very large amount of numbers to lose, but we were struggling at wide receiver. So you lost J.J. Hester today, Nick Anderson already earlier this week. You also lost Jaquez Petaway before that. You lost Bauer Sharp, and now you're adding to the list. Jalil Farouk is now in the portal. And so everybody's like, wait, we lost Rook. What's going on? I thought that these guys want to come back. I'm going to be honest. They probably did tell BV they want to come back. But I want y'all to understand what this time of the year, this one is. This is going to be the biggest transfer portal season ever. And the reason is twofold. One, that 105 I told you about, the roster limit. And the second thing is that once the new administration gets into the White House, their main goal is to fix college football and put in legislation. So this is your last time to get the NIL money, baby. And all of the NIL money you're going to hear about will be front loaded. It's going to be there. Most of these kids are going to get these big checks up front. Then it'll tear down on the next couple of years, because once legislation comes in and they regulate how collectives exist and all of that, then you're going to see a massive change, because revenue share starts next season. So that's the reason why all of this is like this. This is why all of this is going crazy right now. I'll be honest, I actually enjoy it. I am a big fan of chaos like this, and other places I like chaos is going to be when I'm deciding to put in some bets. Shout out to my partners at BetUS. They're hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit of $2,000. 125% on your second and third deposit by using promo code YouTube150. And as y'all know, Oklahoma right now is an 8-point favorite against Navy going into this bowl game. And so if you want to get into the action, it's available. 8.5 points is, to me, worth it. I'd take Oklahoma to win this one, even without wide receivers, because I think Michael Hawkins is going to do some special stuff out there. Not wishbone. I think he's going to actually throw the ball, because I don't think that Navy's going to be ready for him. But you can be ready too. Check out BetUS. 150% bonus on your first deposit of $2,000. 125% bonus on your second and third using promo code YouTube150. BetUS, where the game begins. So I want to talk about the pain we're going to feel with losing Deshaun McCullough. Now, Deshaun McCullough was the one I mentioned earlier that he was the player I was waiting for. I have been hearing rumbles for the last 2 days that there was a big possibility of him going. One possibility I heard is that he was going to look at playing in the jack role instead of playing linebacker, which means he would do a lot more rushing the quarterback. But remember, McCullough has spent a lot of time, unfortunately, on the injured list. He was getting chopped a lot last season, and he said he ended up having issues with his knees and his ankles because of that. Everybody was chopping at Giant. He's a huge dude. He's a giant dude as far as height, but he's not a big guy. So they kept chopping at him to try to slow him down, and he dealt with a lot of injuries and from that. And in this season, he hadn't played much. When he did come in, he was impactful. He did give us some impact on there, but he wasn't able to really play this year the way we wanted to. He gave you 17 tackles. He didn't get you any sacks this year, but he just was not able to play as much as you would have liked. And so him leaving out of the portal hurts. To be honest. He played the back half of the season. One thing you appreciated is that he always worked his butt off, but you kind of had to move on from that because now it's time for the young players to play. I'm ready to see Daniel Okoye. I'm ready to see Nigel Smith, right? Y'all want to see those players, right? You want to see those young dudes, that power line we were excited about. A lot more David Stone with Jaden Jackson and all of them. Here it goes. Grayson Halton's going to be up there in that rotation too. It's time for you now to get those dudes on the field. And I think that this staff recognized that they're ready for them. Of course, it's great to have additional depth. Transfer portal is going to be available. And you think the portal's crazy right now? Wait till the playoffs start. Because there's going to be a lot of dudes that weekend hopping in the portal after their team wins or loses. They're going to recognize if they're going to play or not. School's going to let them know, hey, it's probably your best interest to try to find a home now. And then you can still stay on the team. Kind of like Kenny Dillingham is doing right now at Arizona State. He's told his dudes, if you want to get in the portal so you can find a home, get in the portal. Or he's already suggested people to get in the portal. And he told them they can play throughout the playoffs. Cool. You can do that. But the thing you have to understand, especially when it comes to this wide receiver room, is wasn't nobody healthy. And because nobody was healthy, it's time to go get some dudes that are. There's some possibilities out there. But the other thing, too, is I think that this staff is confident in the younger guys being ready to develop. We'll probably add 2 or 3 veterans. Jaden Gibson looks like he's going to be there. His close buddy, Reggie Virgil, it seems like he's trying to recruit him from Miami of Ohio. So he's another giant wide receiver that will join. So you'll have that. Deion Burks, based upon his grade, it sounds like he's probably going to come back. So you lose 3 wide receivers that played a lot, that were key components in Rook, Nick, and Petaway. You lose out on 3 guys that you thought were going to be big time. And then instead, you keep Jaden Gibson. You bring in another 6'4" dude. You start chasing after another young wide receiver in Trace Spivey up there, Kansas State, that just has hit the portal. If you can get a chance with him, possibly. If not, you're talking to Donovan Mikulski. And a lot of you are upset about that guy because he didn't play much this season. He had an upper body injury. I'm not going to tell you, search what it is. But he had an upper body injury. And he had a whole new coaching staff. So it's kind of one of those, they were like, yeah, we kind of probably like our guys better. So it's probably your best interest to go. It's what it is. We're looking at him. Not a guarantee. He's looking at us and Michigan. But the one thing I want to emphasize with all of you is that this is no different than what this is going to get bigger whenever the playoffs start. More kids are going to hit that portal. There's going to be a lot of them because everybody's got to get down to 105. And they got to get down to 105. I think by July, they're going to do it now so that people can figure out what their homes are going to be. And then if they need to supplement players, they'll supplement injuries and stuff in the spring portal. Keep your eyes open. It's okay. Breathe. Things are okay. There is a plan in place. I promise you that. There's a plan in place. So at this point, it's all about, if you're going to spend this NIL money, you need to spend that money on people that you think is going to actually play instead of hoping that these guys will be healthy enough to play next season. And that's nothing against them. They were great contributors when they were healthy. They ain't been contributing this past season. So let's see what happens. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I promise you the comment section is going to be full of people just losing their minds. Don't feed the trolls. It's okay. We're not the only one hemorrhaging right now. Everybody is. I warned you all that this was going down. All right, McCullough hurt. We got a lot of people in the portal. I was going to put a whole bunch of, the usual stuff I put up, pictures and everything. You know what? No. Y'all need to do a little bit of therapy. It's okay. I promise you things will be fine. This staff is bringing in different people. We're building it. They're building an entire new roster. And you're going to see a lot of players that will replace what we have, and we just got to hope that they go out there and ball. It's powered by our partners at BetUS. Check them out. They're hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. Brace yourselves. The world is not coming to an end. All right. We'll have more videos coming up soon. And chop it up soon. Peace.